Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to the My Asshole Podcast Tuesday episode. Boy, do we have an interesting episode. We got a juicy thread as well as a confession time and some wonderful scenarios for you lovely people in this beautiful Tuesday episode. Man, hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend. And without further ado, let's get into the episode. Our thread for today is: what was the scariest city you've ever been to? All right, so let's see what scary ass cities y'all motherfuckers have been to. All right, we have our first one. Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. All right, sorry if I butchered that. You know what I mean? I probably did. At the height of the Iraq War, it was still listed as more dangerous. The gangs ran the city, driving around in technicals with mounted machine guns. Hotels had 6-foot thick concrete wall fences with razor wire and armed guards. For an added cost, they offered grape cages, a cage that would drop down over your bed when a sensor was triggered to protect you from being graped if people broke in.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What? A what cage? So you're telling me if for whatever reason you wanted to go or stay the night in a hotel that looked like a fucking military base, they were just like, oh yes, and for an added $100 a night, we can install your grape cage. Like, what? You're telling me that if some motherfucker walks in, a sensor will go off and a cage will drop over your bed? What the hell, bruh? No.
Bruh.
That's crazy. And then just the armed guards and the concrete fence and the barbed wire and all that. If that wasn't enough, the grape cage took it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The grape cage took it. Jeez. All right. What's the scariest city you've ever been to? Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Don't matter day or night, people looked at you with hatred. Yeah, because they wanted to take your shit. They looked at you like, yeah, you got money. You know what I mean? They were like, yeah, you got money. I wouldn't even tell them that I'm an American citizen either. Woo! Yeah, you tell them you're an American citizen? Yeah, bro, you'd be done, in a dungeon rotting somewhere, and they take all your money. Yeah, dude. No way. Yeah, there's some places in the world where, like, being an American citizen, nah, you don't want to say that you're an American citizen, because they will fuck you up, dude. They will fuck you up. Oh, man. I know there's certain parts like in the Philippines, and there's certain parts in Vietnam, there's certain parts in South America too. It's just like, yeah, dude. Woo! All right, what's the scariest city you've ever been to? Port-au-Prince. Wait, didn't we get that one already? Yeah, we did. This is another Haiti one. Saw a newly shot woman on the sidewalk, and the next day, a human finger in a trash heap. That's crazy. Yeah, bro. This Prince Poo place, yeah, or Port-au-Prince place, yeah, nah, man, I don't think you want to go here. There's already 2 people that are just like, yeah, no, fuck that place. Yeah, man. Nah, them Haitians are crazy. Them Haitians are crazy. That's wild, man. That is wild. He said, I just saw a freshly shot lady out on the street. Like, what? Like, that's crazy, dude. I could never even imagine that. And imagine, like, just a lady just dead on the street, and people are just walking by like it's nothing. Just la-da-da. Yep, that's an ordinary Thursday. Like, what the fuck? And then the whole, like, finger in the trash can thing. Like, yeah. What's the scariest city you've ever been to? The doorman of my hotel in Johannesburg stopped me as I was walking out and told me, "You won't last 5 minutes out there. Go back to your room where it's safe." Oh, shit. Okay, I wonder why he said that. Because if I'm being honest with you, I'd have been like, yo, why? Why should I go back in my room? What's out there? I'm just trying to go get some food, you know? Like, imagine you're just out on vacation and you're thinking like, yeah, Johannesburg is great. Yeah, it's fantastic. And then I don't know, they're like, no. Go back inside. You don't want any of this. And you're just like, why? What's going on? You must have looked a certain way or something. I don't know. What was the scariest city that you've ever been to? Kingston, Jamaica. I switched hotels to one more secure. Early on my last morning, I was going to the airport and my original hotel was on fire. Wow. I mean, good thing that you swapped hotels, because like to drive by and be like, oh, look, that was my old hotel on fire. On fire, mind you.
Stop the cap.
Oops. That was crazy. That's absolutely wild. That's wild to me. Damn. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers be traveling without doing your research. You know, they see a brochure and they're like, oh yeah, this place looks amazing. They see a couple of fake Instagram posts and they're like, this is amazing. Yeah. What is the scariest city you've ever been to? We got another Papua New Guinea. Okay, and it's Port Moresby again. Every property surrounded by solid fences topped with razor wire, and if you can afford it, patrolled by armed guards and guard dogs. As a visitor, you should never use a local taxi or walk outside your hotel compound at night. That is wild. The fact that you have to call a hotel a compound is crazy. Did you pay extra for the grape cage? Because I mean, I heard the grape cages, you know, they're needed, man. For an extra $100 a night, you know, you get that added safety of the grape cage, you know. Like, god damn, dude, that is like, why go there? What prompted people to want to go there? If it's so crazy and dangerous, why would you want to go there? You know, were they just like, oh yeah, you know, war-torn New Guinea looks fantastic this time of year. Like, what the hell are we doing, man? Come on. That's absolutely ridiculous to me. Oh, great. We got another Johannesburg. So what is the scariest city you've ever been to? Johannesburg. When you stop at a red light, you have to be ready to punch the gas as there's broad daylight carjackers at intersections. Bro. So apparently Johannesburg and the New Guinea place, what was it called? Moresby, Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. Those two places right there are probably, I guess, the most recommended so far, the most dangerous places to visit. And why people fucking visit this place, I don't know. Why are you guys there? What are you there for? To die? You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys doing? That's just crazy. All right, what is the scariest city that you've ever been to? Decades ago, on a college trip to Europe, we went to Kosik in Slovakia. We got to the hotel and I asked the front desk worker in English, mind you, if it was safe to walk to the local bars and restaurants. She replied, no. I thanked her, took a taxi. We were there for 4 days, and every time I asked if it was safe to go anywhere, everyone always recommended, go there. Everyone always recommended with a, no. At the time, I thought Slovakia must have been the most dangerous place in the world. Years later, I found out that, no, is Slovakian for yes. Oh! He was over here thinking like everything was just, you know, dangerous to do. No, don't take that taxi. No, don't go there. No, don't go there. No, don't go there. He's like, damn, where the fuck can I go? God damn. But then he did some research and was like, oh, they were telling me yes. It is safe to walk to the bars. It is safe to go to the grocery store. It is safe to get a taxi. Like, God damn it. Oh, man. Hey, you know what I mean? Again, if you're traveling somewhere, do your research there. You know what I mean? Understand at least like common phrases of the native language. So that way you understand just like a little bit. If you're asking for directions, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like it makes sense, you know. All right, what is the scariest city you've ever been to? Rizhao, China. Not scary so much like the others. China is insanely safe, but extremely creepy. I felt like I was on a movie set. First off, it's a city of 500,000, but it's built for a population of 10 million. But it's not like those ghost cities out west where there never was anyone. It seemed like it was actually a big city, but everyone just left suddenly. The beaches were well maintained and empty. The buses ran frequently and were empty. The streets were lined with all the usual Chinese stuff and were empty. We went into a breakfast restaurant and the food was great, but there were only custom and staff seemed surprised to see us. We asked for directions to the famous fish market. No one there could tell us where it was. It turned out to be about 750 meters away. It was massive and filled with vendors selling huge quantities of incredibly fresh fish. It was mostly empty. Almost everything was open until the hours of the morning, if not 24 hours. This is unusual even in the biggest Chinese cities, let alone this abandoned town. It was just an unsettling experience all around. And then on top of that, it's just natural. Like this is in a lot of Asian cultures. Them niggas is just racist. You know what I mean? Them niggas is just racist. You have to at least look Asian. And it's crazy because like most South Asian places and stuff like that, they're extremely racist on both ends of it. Even if you look Asian, like say you could be, a Korean guy in Japan, they'll be like, hey, my nigga, you know what I mean? But you're just like, the racist part about it is they think you're Japanese, but you're Korean. You're Chinese or whatever the case. But because you look like them, they're like, my nigga. But you know what I mean? If you look like me, where like I'm a quarter Japanese, they'll just be like, nigga. They look at you all sideways, like, what the fuck? And you're just like, no, wait, hold up. I got a little bit of the motherland in me too. But they'd be like, nah, you don't have no motherland in you. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. My eyes are slanted. But yeah, man, yeah, So I guarantee you they were just looking at them like hella weird. I don't know if these were white people or whatever, but I guarantee they weren't Chinese. All right. What is the scariest city you've ever been to? Isla Trinitaria in southern Guanacamal, Ecuador. I am butchering the shit out of that. You know what I mean? If you want to correct me in the comments on any of my pronunciations, please do. Absolute bonkers, apparently. Okay. Armed police at every corner, went out to purchase supplies late at night and ended up back at my hotel 6 hours later, having been taken around the city by a sketchy but lovely group of dudes. Oh, and once got invited to an after party above a club, and at 6 a.m. went to leave at the guy went and checked first. Turns out we were invited because people were waiting outside to kidnap us. Yo, that's crazy. They were like, hold on, let me go check outside real quick. I gotta make sure there's nobody outside for you. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, no, I'll be back. And he's like, okay, we're good. We just gotta go out that door because they're over there waiting for you to kidnap you. And you're just like, to what, me? Yo, that's wild. That is absolutely wild, man. All right, what's the scariest city you've been to? We got another Johannesburg. It is the only place I've been to where the pilot tells you before landing where to go and where not to go, what to do and what not to do if you don't want to get robbed, mugged, or killed. Damn. Johannesburg ain't playing, bruh. Johannesburg ain't playing. I guess Johannesburg is like South Central. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, I'm from Johannesburg, fool. What you talking about? Like, it don't get more hood than there. Like, fuck you, man. That's crazy. All right, what is the scariest city you've ever been to? I wish Google Maps still told you when your path was through a high crime area. Oh. Yeah, I'm surprised you used to do that. Okay. I don't know why he put that in there, but sure. All right, what is the worst city, or what is the scariest city you've ever been to? Juarez, Mexico. Around 2007, they told me that the cartel had some heads hanging from a bridge for everyone to see, and they didn't get taken down for several hours later. Damn. Yeah, see, in a lot of these cities, I'd be like, I'm minding my own business, and I'm never going there ever again. I mean, yeah, no. And I've heard far too many things about Juarez. It's like, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, unless you know somebody there, and you gotta like, I'm talking like know somebody who's lived there for like a minute. If you ain't got like a grandma, grandpa, mom and dad or whatever that live there, man, they gonna be looking at you like, oh yeah, you just one of them tourist motherfuckers we about to pretty much have hanging over a bridge. If I'm being honest with you, it's that's why they say when you go down to like TJ and all that stuff, they're like, don't go into actual TJ. All right. Just stay where the resorts are. Don't go into actual TJ. When the pavement turns to dirt, that's when you turn around. Okay. That's when you turn around. So yeah. Because once the pavement turns to dirt road, you're now in the real Mexico. You know what I mean? So turn around, please. That's why I've heard that so many times. I have a lot of coworkers and friends that have frequent going down to Mexico. And they always say the same thing. They're like, yeah, stay in the resort area, The resort area is pretty big, but they're like, once you notice the paved road turn to dirt, yeah, turn around. Turn around because you're now in the actual Mexico and you don't want to be there. All right. What is the scariest city you've ever been to? We got another Juarez, Mexico. I'm an Irish/Mexican redhead. Went with cousins to see my aunt and uncle at the time. It was the most murderous city on earth. Damn. See what I mean though? How he had family. And I'm sure that's probably why, he was able to like go down there frequently and be like, yeah, no, he's good. He's a good guy. My family members were in a cartel. Never mind. All right. I guess he had that protection. All right, dude. There was a cartel war going on. Had armed men all around at all times. For all the money and cars and opulence at their home, it was like being in prison. The tension in the air was thick. I was treated like a king, but the whole week, I was terrified inside. Different world. Was told no matter what happens, do not call the police. They worked for the other guys. Wow. I was told that if shit kicked off and anyone made it through the gates, to grab a gun and shoot myself. Wait, what? Okay. Wow, that's shocking. Woo! Imagine your aunt and uncle being like, yo, hey, we're going to go to the store. If some shit kicks off, grab a gun. If they get through, though, shoot yourself. All right, we'll be back in like 2 hours. What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That is, wow. I'd be like, take me back to America, baby. God damn, no thank you. Woo! Okay. Sheesh. All right. What was the scariest city you ever been to? We got another one. Port Moresby, New Guinea. Expats lived in compounds with massive walls topped with broken bottles. Even my mother, who was a missionary who has lived in a variety of countries throughout Southeast Asia and the Pacific, couldn't live there for more than 3 weeks. I had warned her not to go, having been there twice myself. Dude, what is it about this place that everybody goes? What the fuck is going on here? There must be some brochure flying around where people are like, yo, ports by New Guinea, this place looks lit. Oh my God. Hookers and blow, oh my. Like this. There must be some pamphlet going around where they're just like, yeah, this place looks beautiful. I want to go here. And then they get there and it fucking looks like Baghdad in 2003 and shit. And you're like, bro, what the fuck? Like, goddamn. Alright, what is the scariest city you've ever been to? Juba, South Sudan. I saw a military transport with child soldiers, a firefight with artillery across the White Nile from where I stood, and someone tried to rob me at the actual airport. Oh my God. That's crazy. What the fuck? Imagine you're just walking around town. I don't know. You just see this truck and there's just little kids with big ass AKs and they're just, they're just getting hauled off somewhere. And then I don't know, you just hear like artillery shooting off in the distance while you're trying to sleep. Like, what the fuck? Why do you guys go to these places, man? This is crazy. This is crazy. Woo, man. All right, we're going to do 2 more. All right. What was the scariest city that you've ever been to? Was in St. Louis with my cousin, and we crossed that bridge. East St. Louis has got to be the most dangerous feeling place I've ever been to. Streetlights busted out at night. Everything run down / abandoned. Bullet holes in the stop signs, etc. We pulled up GPS and got the fuck out of there quick. Damn, son. Whoo. I've heard St. Louis has got a couple, like boroughs that are like crazy, because a lot of like New Orleans guys go up there and they be beefing and shit. This is just stuff I've heard. I don't know if it's true. You guys could tell me if it's true or not, but I've heard that a lot of like St. Louis people and New Orleans people don't really like each other. And so they be driving to each other's hoods and shit and they be shooting up stuff and doing some weird shit. I've heard that like a handful of times from people who have either lived there due to military reasons, lived there because of school reasons, or they've gone there because of family, whatever the case may be. There's even family on my dad's side that live out in that area. They don't live like in St. Louis or in New Orleans. They live kind of like on the outskirts. They live in Georgia, but they live like right next to where New Orleans kind of starts. So a lot of New Orleans people live there, and they fucking hate St. Louis people for some reason. I have no clue why. I don't know. I have no clue. I know they be like, yeah, it's like Bloods and Crips up in this motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right then. Shit. So yeah. Again, you guys can tell me why in the comments. I have no clue. That's just what I've heard a handful of times. All right, that's gonna be our last one. And what was the scariest city you've ever been to? Tijuana. Yep. I saw a dead body on my way to the bus terminal, just laying on the sidewalk. There were people standing around him, smoking and drinking, and just having a good old time, while dude is just dead. Like, dead as fuck. Stiff, purple, and blue. Wildest shit I've ever seen. No one gave a single shit. Yeah, bro. Like I said, man, it's just one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's like Haiti, where he saw the freshly shot chick. They're just like, oh man, it's just an ordinary Thursday, man. You know what I mean? And like, but it's not gonna stop us from getting that money, man. You got a job for me? Cause I need some work, man. Hey, they don't stop. The train keeps rolling. My goodness, yeah. And like I said, man, it's one of those things when you go to TJ and Guadalajara and all that kind of shit. And you stay in the resort area. The moment it turns to dirt, you got to turn around, because if you don't turn around, man, yeah, you're in for something. You know what I mean? But that's gonna go ahead and end that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. That was That was a very interesting thread. Yeah, we're not gonna go to Papua New Guinea, and we're not gonna go to fucking Johannesburg, because apparently those are the two most scariest places on fucking Earth, and I see why. I mean, if a grape cage ain't gonna fucking scare you, then I don't know what will. If I'm being honest with you, man, a grape cage. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Imagine going to a hotel and they're just like, oh yeah, would you like to add on a grape cage for $100 a night? And you're just like, a what now? A what kind of cage? So I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? And then I guess Johannesburg is just one of those things where you just can't walk outside because everybody's trying to jack you for something. You know what I mean? They're going to stab you and jack you for something. You know what I mean? Whether it's your car. Crazy enough, broad daylight carjackers is crazy. That is wild as fuck. But hey, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, that's why a lot of times, hey, you're proud to be an American, you know. Let them deal with that shit. But that's going to be the end of that thread. If you have a scariest city or place you've ever been to, let us know down in the comments. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Get you a part of the thread down in the comments there below. On to announcements. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show, as well as your confession time. All right. And audio listeners, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. Appreciate it a lot so much. And guess what, baby? It's for free. And if it's for free, it is for me. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTubes. Okay? I appreciate it so much. Make sure to follow us here on TikTok. On Kick and Twitch. If you enjoy live streams, we go live every Monday at 5 p.m. So definitely check us out there. And that's it, man. We will get into our confession time for today. All right. And we got a pretty juicy one. All right. This confession time is, I have been letting my husband's friends feel me up for years, and I don't know why.
She belongs to the streets.
I bet they'd be like, yo, dog, Jake's wife, man. Woo, I love Jake's wife. I be touching on her titties all the time. He's like, yeah, man, me too. I be feeling on her booty cheeks all day. All right, I'm 41. This all started back when I was 19 and me and my husband first got together. Damn, y'all been married for a minute. Woo! I was in the back of my husband's car, then boyfriend, car with his friend, while my husband and his other friend were in the front. His friend started stroking my leg, and I didn't know why I didn't say anything. I didn't know why I responded positively either. As he got higher up my leg, I opened my leg slightly so he could stroke my inner thigh. Nothing more happened than stroking over my jeans. A few weeks later at a house party, I was outside having a smoke when his friends came out. He stood next to me and we were chatting when he put his hand up my dress and started rubbing my butt. And then after just carried on talking like nothing was happening. Finished our cigarettes and went back inside to carry out our evening. What? How did your boyfriend now, or husband, I guess you'd say, how did he never find out about any of this? You know what I mean? Like, and then on top of that, why do you keep allowing them to do it? Like, smack their hand away or something. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, I guess. I don't know. This is how it's been for years. I've never done anything with another man. I mean, technically, you did. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But it's like some silent agreement that we have when we are alone. He can just feel me up and it's fine. I've never touched him back properly, although there was one time I approached him and sat on his lap while he reached around and squeezed my boobs for a few minutes while I kind of just wiggled on his lap. This isn't the only time I've approached him either. There's been a few times on nights out on nights out where I purposely stood next to him and let him stroke me or grab me. We don't see each other that much anymore, probably a couple times a year. And this weekend just gone was the first time I'd seen him in 3 years. We were at a wedding and he walked past my hotel room just as I was leaving it. We make eye contact, and without saying anything, I just turned around and he had a good squeeze of my bum. And then we walked back down to the reception, just laughing and joking like nothing happened. I know if we were alone, nothing more would happen.
Stop the cap.
I don't know about that. Given the opportunity, my man would smash. Like, come on, man. Let's be real here. Given the opportunity, my man would smash. He would be all up in them guts. You stop. She's over here like, oh, even if we were alone, nothing would happen. No. Shit would happen. Most definitely. All right. I don't know if, I know if we were alone, nothing more would happen, either as twice he has been round to my house to do some plastering, where we've been on our own and he would grab my butt and squeeze my boobs still, but that's it. And gave him a shoulder massage while my boobs were obviously pressed against his head and neck. We've never kissed. He's never seen me naked or anything like that. He's never touched my bare boobs, only over my clothing. He very rarely touches my bare butt, only 2 occasions I can think of. See, like, come on, man. See, homeboy, I think what he's doing, he's just like, yeah, the more touches, I'm just buttering her up, man. I'm just buttering her up nice and smooth. If I just get her to that point where, you know what I mean, she attacks, she jumps on me, I mean, I could just be like, what do you do? I was helpless. Like, come on, man. I think it's a thing where he has tried, and I think that's where she probably crosses the line. You know what I mean? So he's like touching on her or whatever, and then I think he tries to like do a little more, and then I think that's when she's like, no. I guarantee you there's not been a time when it's just like touch. All right, cool. I'm good. Like, no. That's just not the way it happens, man. That's not the way it happens. You touchy-feely, and then you like, boop, you know, and then you're like, oh, yeah. Trying to do you. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, I'm not believing it. And I guarantee they've at least kissed once. And she was like, we've never kissed. I guarantee they've at least kissed once. Like, there's no fucking way. No way. Sometimes we've been alone and he hasn't done anything at all, and I'm ashamed to say on those occasions I felt disappointed. I don't know what I want from this confession. I just want to tell someone I've never told anyone before. Girl, you are crazy. I am so surprised that your husband has never found out, or you've never been caught doing this. Like, it's wild to me. I would think one of the friends would have at least been like, yo, man, your girl, she, you know what I mean? She was letting Jake touch her butt, you know? So it's like, those dudes ain't real friends. You could tell. Those dudes ain't real friends. They're like, yeah, we're just friends with him because, you know, his wife lets us touch her, you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest here. Y'all niggas ain't real friends. They're not. Let's get a hundo P around here. They not friends, bro. They friends because your wife, I don't want to say she's a hoe or anything, but it's just like the fact that she's allowing these dudes to do that, to me, just lets me know it's like, look, either she really enjoys the attention, or it's a thing where she don't love her husband, or there's something going on in that situation. Because it's like, why would you need that? I mean, obviously, I guess it was a thing that happened from very early on, but I just don't know how she didn't get caught. That's crazy. You guys let me know what you think about that confession down in the comments, because yeah, what the fuck, man? Okay. All right. Think my wife cheated and is pregnant. Oh shit. All right. Me, 45 male, and wife 43, were in a sexless marriage for a long time. Her decision. If I were lucky 3 times a month. If I tried to talk about it, it always ended in a fight from her side. At that time, I suspected she was cheating, but couldn't find any hard evidence. Long story short, she found me texting with another woman. It was a dumb move, I know, but I enjoyed the attention, which I had never got at home. And she moved into the spare bedroom just over 18 months ago. So wait. Which I never got at home. So this girl that you were talking to moved into you guys' house? Okay, I tried my best to sort things out, but she always shut me down. During this period, I still suspected her of cheating by the way she was acting and some other stuff. Then came beginning January, and she changes like from night to day, moves back into the bedroom. Oh, okay, his wife moved into the other bedroom. Okay, all right. I was thinking that the girl that he was like chit-chatting and talking to, she moved into their house. I was like, yo, hold up. No, his wife. Okay, his wife moved into the spare bedroom. All right. Okay, during this period, still suspected her of cheating by the way she was acting and some other stuff. Then came beginning January. She changes like from night to day, moves back into the bedroom and just wants to have sex morning and night. I was loving it, and then came the news she is pregnant. According to me, the dates doesn't match up since we started having sex and how many weeks she is pregnant. At the moment, I haven't said anything yet. Only trying to get all the ducks in a row first. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, the fact that the weeks don't line up already tells you she was boom bomb banging with somebody, and that man must have been a younger dude. He must have had him some strong sperms, man. You know, it's true. And I think it was a thing where, you know, she was like, oh, you know, I'm 43. I can't get pregnant. You're all good. And he was like, yeah. And he was loading that thing up. Man, he was up in there just busting nuts. He was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go for a second round. She's like, cool. You know, and he was just like, boom, he's just blowing nuts in there, bro. Because, yeah, man, something must have happened. I don't know. I guarantee you, homeboy found a younger girl or some shit. I don't know. Or she found out, like, oh, you're not only smashing me. Probably something like that. I don't know. But all I do know is that if the weeks ain't lining up, bro, yeah, she was cheating, bro. She was definitely cheating. There's no fucking way. There's no way. And I guarantee you that was the scenario where it was like she found some other dude, you know, and since she looked at it like, oh, I can't get pregnant, like, we're all good. And the homeboy was just loading her up. You know what I mean? All right, you guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though, because, yeah, I think she's cheating. Definitely. All right. Am I the asshole for beating my meat when my partner is home with me? I've come to realize over the last 4 years of my relationship, me, 29 male, almost tripled the sex drive of my 31 female partner. It didn't start out like this, but it's now the norm. We have sex maybe 2 or 3 times a month, so let me know if I'm being dramatic. I'm 90% of the time the instigator and usually rejected when I make advances. I have brought up my feelings in convos about it. I've asked if there is something she doesn't like about me or if there is something bothering her, but always get a little to nothing to go off of. She says she always loves it every time, but I don't get it. If you are crazy about it every time it happens, wouldn't you want it more? Nah, nigga, because she's lying to you. Like, if I'm being honest with you, bro, she's lying to you. The sex is trash. That's why she ain't really trying to have it. She's like, oh man, my old 2-pump chump ass boyfriend, like, he's trash. Like, if I'm being straight with you, bro, like, it's trash. She's lying to you. And she just wants to make you feel good about yourself, which that's great, but you're trash. Hey, come on, man. So after being tired and getting nowhere and hate initiating with the high likelihood of getting rejected, I've just increased the amount of self-pleasure I've been up to lately. Lately, she walks in on me while she was home and got super upset. She said, it's disrespectful to her to do it while she's home. I asked, what am I supposed to do if I get the urge? And she said I'm supposed to ignore it while she's home. Bitch, what? Like, okay. I've stopped ever since, unless I'm home alone out of respect, but it kind of pisses me off, and I made her aware of that. Am I in the wrong here? Is it weird to do that when your partner is home? I don't get much alone time, so I'm usually pretty pent up. Do I need to seek help? No, you need to dump this girl is what you need to do. Like, my thing, again, we had this same situation on the Patreon episode. What was their situation? I think it was, she had depression. She had depression, and her medication was fucking with her sex drive, and homeboy had gave her an ultimatum and was just like, hey, yo, we either like figure this out or I'm leaving. And I think in this situation, it's like, yo, we either figure this out and we have some old sexy time, or I'm leaving. Like, it's as simple as that, my guy. Like, you needs to go. You need to be like, nah, girl. And look, if you ain't trying to satisfy the needs, that's cool. I ain't tripping, but I'm leaving. I'm not about to be sitting here, all pent up and you know what I mean? And it's like, why would you even put yourself in that situation, in that predicament? Like, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. What? Because you every once in a while get to smash her? Like, nah, bro. And the fact that she's denying you it anyway, that just tells me that she don't really love you like that, if I'm being straight. It really does. That tells me, nah, you don't really love your man like that. Because if you loved your man, you would want to do it anytime he wants to do it. You wouldn't say no. Just because you're like, that's my man. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? I think what it is she just kind of, you're a placeholder boyfriend for her, and she doesn't really care about the relationship. She's just like, and I'm with you just to be in a relationship, and then once I find a guy that I actually want to be with, then I'm a deuces to yo ass, and at least I didn't have sex with you that much, I guarantee you that's what's kind of going on in her head. She just doesn't really value the relationship as much as you do, because if she did, then she would want to have sex with you more often. She would have the sex drive for you. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, girls out there that don't want to sleep with their guy, that simply tells you that you are a placeholder boyfriend. She doesn't really like you like that. She's just with you until she finds something better. Like, this happens so many times, and a lot of guys just don't, for some reason, pick up on it. And it's like, dude, have some fucking self-respect for yourself. Like, if you're not getting what you want out of a relationship, you could tell her goodbye. You know what I mean? But see, again, these are those dudes that just kind of get the girl by the skin of their teeth, and, they're just happy that the girl's there, and they're just happy to be there and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't be like that. You need to be able to just be like, look, I'm not getting what I need out of this relationship, so I'm leaving. And just be that. Because a lot of these girls, they look at it. I guarantee you this girl right here, she's just like, man, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I can do anything I want, and this motherfucker ain't going nowhere. That's exactly what it is. Because your dumbass is doing exactly that. You ain't going nowhere. Like, come on, bro. So, yeah, I think you should leave that relationship, if I'm being honest with you, because you're not being satisfied in the way you need to be. That's my 2 cents. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. All right. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend if she can take a shower? Okay. All right. Well, sure. Does your girlfriend just not shower? All right, my girlfriend really only showers once a week, twice if I'm lucky. Typically, we go to the gym together, and I've often asked her why she doesn't shower, and she always comes up with things like, oh, women don't really sweat much, and I sweat very little, even for women's standards, and I don't buy it. Because I can smell it. I used to just suck it up because I know she's extremely sensitive. Kind of not safe for work here, but this even affected our sex life. I used to love going down on her, but after not showering after workout / long work days, I've lost interest. Yeah, facts, bro. It's like, I love a little cuddlingus myself, but if I'm being honest with you, if you're not taking care of your business, like, I don't want to, no thanks. Like, Fast forward a bit, she now starts using the sauna at the gym, maybe on average 2 times a week. Still, she still refuses to shower. I've said there's just no way you don't sweat in the sauna. Just me sitting 5 minutes in there gets me soaked. She said she doesn't sweat much there either, and she sits in there for 20 minutes. Okay.
Stop the cap.
You know you sweat, girl. Stop. Get the fuck out of here. Things are now worse. I can smell her very badly, almost to the point where I try not to breathe in too close to her because it's not good. I've tried so long to give hints to get her to shower more, like, hey, do you want to take a shower together? Winky face. But she can't take the hint, and why would we do that? There's only room for one under the water anyway. Damn, bro, you are cooked. You are absolutely cooked. Okay, his story is way too long. Our relationship is borderline over because I hurt her, so am I the asshole? What could I have done differently? I'm sure. So I guess he asked her, TLDR, he asked her to shower. He was like, look, man, I can't stand this shit. You stink, this and that. She got mad. They got into a big fight. He feels like he could have done it differently. And then look, if I'm being honest with you, bro, it's one of those things where if you can only help those that are willing to help themselves. And if she's not willing to help herself, man, it's one of those things where, again, it's like, dude, I can't continue to be in a relationship with you. You know, if you're not here to take care of yourself, because for me, I look at it like in a relationship, you take care of yourself for your partner. You know what I mean? Like, I want to shower and smell good. I want to, get my hair cut, shave my beard. You know what I mean? Brush my teeth. I want to look good for my partner, regardless if we're just going to be at home all day. Regardless if, you know what I mean, we're not doing anything like important, we're going through the drive-through or some shit. Like, you take care of yourself for your partner. And it's like, if you don't take care of yourself for your partner, at least do it for yourself. You know what I mean? At least do it for yourself. The fact that she won't do that even just for herself tells me that it's like, dude, she doesn't really care about your thoughts and opinions, and she doesn't really take care of herself for you. I mean, thank God she goes to the gym, so at least she's not like a fat slob or anything. But I mean, it's like, I've always said, how you do one thing is how you do many things. And for me, I look at it like, I guarantee you she's a very dirty person. I guarantee she's a very dirty person. I guarantee she's the type of person where, she probably wears like very dirty clothes for a long time. I guarantee she's very leaves dishes all over the place, and she's just uncleanly at all, because it's like, if you're not cleaning your body, there's no way you're taking care of your surroundings. And it's like, is that a girl that you really want to continue to be with? Is that somebody that you want to potentially go into a marriage with? I hope you guys aren't living together. I didn't read the whole fucking story because it was too long. But I think they're living together. It may seem like that, but again, it's just like, I wouldn't be able to tolerate that. After a while, I'd be like, okay, man, I'm done with this relationship. Like, if you're not willing to change and be better for me, then that's cool, bro. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Because it's like, again, you take care of yourself for your partner. You take care of yourself because you want to be your best self for your partner. I would think, right? Right? Am I wrong here? Like, come on now. So, yeah, I would get out of that relationship and be like, look, man, it's yo stanky coochie ain't worth it, bro. You know what I mean? That stanky coochie just ain't worth it. But I don't think you're the asshole at all. And honestly, I wouldn't have done anything different either, because it's like, there was nothing you could do. It's again one of those moments, you can't help somebody that's not willing to help themselves. If she's not willing to do the things that it takes to do it, you can't force her to do it. You can only tell her, hey, do this, this, and that. It's up to them, at that point. But you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right. On to our next one. My girlfriend wants me to unfollow almost every girl on Instagram. Oh, man. All right, I have some thoughts on this, but I'm going to wait until we have the information. Then I'll give my point. Okay, me, 22 male, girlfriend, 22 female of 7 months is upset at me because she said I follow too many girls. To set the record, I can tell that she has insecurity and jealousy issues. She's always made remarks about you better not flirt or cheat on me, even though I've done nothing to break that trust. Just recently, she's been upset with me because she said I follow too many girls. I follow around 15 girls who I've known from elementary school / high school. They're all mutuals, and I don't follow any OF girls or models. However, her claim is that I should unfollow them because I haven't spoke to them for years, and that I should only follow her. The irony is that she also follows some guys she hasn't spoke to in years too, which I tell her, but she just says it's because I actually know them. But I actually know the girls. I know them from elementary school. What do you mean? It's the same shit. I'm just really irritated that she thinks I'll actually message these girls behind her back, which I would never do. How do I handle this without making it seem like I'm the bad guy here? Okay. I would throw that same shit back in her face. It would be a thing of like, oh, you know these guys, you actually know them. Well, I actually know these girls. I know them from elementary school. And if you don't like that, then so what? That's on you. You know, now, again, if it was like random models and OF girls and shit like that, then it'd be a different story. I would have been like, girl, calm down. Because even if your man was trying to get up in the DMs, they ain't going to message him back. They're not. They ain't gonna message him back. They ain't gonna give him no attention. They don't give a fuck about your boyfriend. They don't give a fuck about any of the dudes that follow them, if I'm being honest with you. They don't give a fuck about none of those guys. All right, let's keep it hundo P here. They don't give a fuck about none of those dudes. Let's be straight with that. And then, but the fact that he knows the girls, I do understand why she's kind of like iffy about it. But if she won't unfollow those dudes for the same exact reason, then it's like, then no, because I'm not about to do something that you're not willing to do. Like, fuck that. Get out of here. Now, if she wasn't following any guys but him, then okay. I'd be like, all right, man. You know what I mean? You should at least, give your girl the respect of that, you know what I mean? Because she's not following any dudes, you know what I mean? You can at least just unfollow him. You ain't got to block him or nothing, but you can just unfollow him. Let him know why. Hey, my girlfriend just feels uncomfortable, blah, 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 so I'm going to unfollow you. It's as simple as that. But the fact that she's not willing to do something that she's asking you to do, I would have stand 10 toes and been like, no. You won't get rid of these guys? That's fine. Because you know them, I'm not getting rid of these girls because I know them. I'm like, fuck out of here, dude. And you let that be that, man. You got to stand 10 toes on this one. Because there ain't going to be nothing where it'll just convince her and she'll be just magically okay with it. It's just not going to happen like that. Sorry to tell you. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to stand 10 toes with this girl and be like, hey, look, man, it's either, we on the same page with this or I ain't doing it. And then on top of that, the whole insecurity thing and all that kind of stuff, that's tough. Just because it's a thing where even if you just talk to a waitress or whatever, she's going to be all, oh, why were you talking to her for so long? Oh, you know what I mean? Those girls are fucking annoying, if I'm being honest with you. Golly. It's one of those things where you can't even have just an ordinary conversation with a girl. It's like, bro, chill. Like, relax, man. Damn. So, yeah, those girls are kind of annoying. It's like, don't get me wrong. I have some, dedication and love to your man, 100%. But you have to also understand, like, he's going to have conversations with other females. He's going to talk to other girls out there. He's going to be nice to other girls. You know what I mean? It's not the nice that you get, but it's going to be a casual nice. What, you want him to be just rude to every girl that he meets? Like, no, I'm not going to tarnish my reputation with people out in the streets because of you. I hate that. Oh, I can't stand that. That makes no sense to me. And I don't know how it makes sense in girls' minds. I'm like, bro, no, I'm not about to tarnish, my reputation out in the world to other people because you want this weird, I don't know what the fuck it's called, weird security. I'm like, no, man. No thanks. That's terrible. But yeah, as far as that, it's like, if she's not willing to do what she's asking of you to do, then nah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fuck out of here. And hey, if she wants to break up, then you tell her peace. You tell her piece of chicken grease. Because, we ain't having that out here. All right, this is going to be our last one for today. Am I wrong for no longer cooking for wife after she drunkenly admitted she wished her male coworker would cook for her instead? Wow. My wife and I have been married for 7 years and together for 10. A couple years ago, my wife had a male coworker who used to cook for her at the office often. My wife used to always rave about his food, and it immediately made me insecure. Also because he looked like a Greek model. Damn. My man can cook and he's gorgeous. Oh, you're cooked. Literally. Ba-dum-tsh. All right, I had also started cooking for wife around that time. I was never a serious cook, but I decided to give it a shot. Yeah, because he was like, I'm about to lose my woman if I don't. Prior to then, I only used to cook basic foods, but I decided to try cooking complex meals. However, a lot of times it didn't come out great. My wife used to help me, but I never was serious about it. One night, my wife was drunk. And we just had a beef Wellington I had cooked. It was sort of a disaster, and my wife and I were both laughing about it. However, my wife then drunkenly admitted she wished her male coworker could cook for her every day. I didn't fully grasp what she was saying as I was really drunk, but my wife realized what she said and she apologized. I told her it was all right and that it was probably some attempt at a joke. However, the next day I grasped what she was saying and I felt really deflated. My wife sensed it and apologized again. And after taking a day to think about it, I told my wife, let's not make a big deal about it. But also, I was never going to cook forever again. My wife again apologized and almost started crying, but I told her it was all in the past and let's just move on. It's been 2 years since then. And my wife and mine's relationship is stronger than ever. Over the past couple of years, I have also spent a lot of time taking cooking lessons from my sister, who is a really good cook. I learned that cooking just takes a lot of consistent practice. I mean, just like everything else, dude. Duh. And you can't just learn it over the internet. I mean, sometimes you can. There's a lot of recipes that I've learned just watching a YouTube video. I'm not going to lie to you. But at the same time, I get it. Some people, they aren't as good at like following a recipe or following directions, so I understand that. Learn over the internet. You need to learn to acquire the skill. And I can now confidently say I am a much better cook than I was a couple of years ago. I cooked for friends and for my family or for my wife's family when they came over. The food I'm the most proud of, and which I got a lot of compliments on, is the Valetian paella. I don't know what the fuck nigga was saying. I made when my wife's family came over for Christmas. However, in spite of the progress I've made, I still can't find it in me to cook for my wife alone. I still remember the hurt and insecurity I felt a couple years ago. My wife even stopped speaking and taking food from the coworker after that incident, and the coworker has even left the company since. But I can't find it in me to cook a romantic dinner for my wife. My wife has asked me a few times, and she says she's willing to do anything to repent or take accountability. But I tell my wife I've already forgiven her for a couple years ago. It's just that I cannot mentally bring myself ever to cook for her again. Am I wrong? Hell yeah, you're wrong, bro. You're extremely wrong. Dude, why? It's 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. I don't understand why you're still holding on to this burden of shit. Now, look, don't get me wrong. In the initial, like when she told you, I'd rather him cook for me and all this kind of stuff, yes, I would be hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd be hurt. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why are you even accepting food from another dude anyway? You know, like, come on, man, that's fucked up. Because if some bitch was at the work job cooking me some food, you'd damn near well be mad. And you know you'd be mad. Like, so shut up. No. No, because I can already hear you little motherfuckers now. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's not that bad. It's just food. No, because if some little bitch was cooking me some meals at work, you'd be mad as hell. So, skirt, stop right now. All right, let's put some brakes on that motherfucker. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell you this. It's 2 years ago, my guy. It's all good. I get it. The initial, that was tough, but you forgave her. She apologized. She didn't take food from him ever again, and that was great. I was like, okay, W. That's fantastic. Now, I look at it like, now that you have upped your culinary skills a little bit, why not just cook for her and see what happens? You know what I mean? I think what it is he's kind of he's got the fear of something is just holding him back. And it's like, I feel like once he does it, then he's going to be like, oh, that wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? So all he has to do is just actually do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Just do it. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, no matter how stupid it feels, whatever the case may be, just do it. Just make the food. And then, once you guys are sitting down and you're eating and it's just you two and whatnot, and she's over there, it's so good. You know what I mean? Whether she fakes it or not, you know what I mean? She's probably going to fake it, but still. But you know what I mean? It's a thing where it's like, you make the food and then you realize, oh man, it wasn't that bad. And then you do it again and then you do it again. And just like you said, cooking, acquiring the skill of cooking takes consistency, just doing it over and over and over again. So once you start, then you can start to be consistent. That's what a lot of people have trouble with, because a lot of people even ask me, they're just like, oh, how do you start a podcast? How do you start a YouTube channel? How do you do this and that? And I'm just like, dude, you start. That's the big thing, is you start. Quit talking about it and do it. Just start. Because once you start, all you got to do is be consistent after that. And don't get me wrong, the consistency is not the easy part, if I'm being honest with you. Starting is the easy part. But for a lot of people, they get those two mixed up. They think like starting is the hard part and the consistency is the easy part. And it's like, no. Batman. It is the consistency that is the hardest part. Trust me. I've been doing this podcast for at least a year and a half now, and the consistency is hard, especially because because I work full time on top of doing this, and then I make the clips and and managing social medias and all this other stuff. Like, it's a lot to do, but I'm telling you, the consistency is the hardest part. It is not at all starting. Once you start, oh man, you feel great. You're like, oh my God, this is fantastic. It's so good. Everything is coming together. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And then you get 2-3 months into it and you're like, oh shit, man, it's really hard. And you kind of have what I call the cellophane moment, where when you take cellophane, right? I hope I'm saying that right. Or let's just say plastic. You know what I mean? Let's just say like and you put your fist through it. And the cellophane wrap is around your fist. You haven't punched through it yet. That is consistency. And then once you keep pushing and you keep pushing on that cellophane, you keep pushing, and then your fist finally goes through the cellophane and you bust through. That, I think, is the moment where you know that you enjoy the content that you're making and what you're doing. But I think a lot of people, they hit that cellophane wall and then they're like, nah, this is too hard. And so then they pull away. And it was like, and they give up. And that's what a lot of people do with social media. That's what a lot of people do with, content creation in general, or even just businesses that they start. It doesn't even have to be that. Like if they want to sell cat mugs or whatever, there's just that point where when you start, it's amazing. You're like, yeah, oh my God, you're building everything and it looks great. But then you reach that moment where you hit this cellophane wall and it will, you're thinking like, oh man, I'm just going to burst straight through that cellophane wall and it's going to be great. But then it holds and you're like, what the fuck? And so then it's not until you burst through that cellophane wall that you really feel it. And I know for me, it was the same way. I was pushing and pushing. I was just like week after week after week. I was just pushing through that cellophane wall. It took months. And finally I burst through it. And I was just like, okay, I like doing this podcast. This is something I'm going to do every single week. This is something I enjoy, and it gets to that point, man. But thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's going to be today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, all that good stuff, supporting. Again, let me know what you think about all the scenarios that we've gone through over today, as well as our thread. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get on there for the exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday episodes. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube, and follow us on Kick and Twitch over here. Down in the links are also down in the description down below. If you want to catch us live every Monday, 5 p.m., come on by, say hello. I won't be on TikTok for a while just because I got a 2-week ban for apparently hate speech. So I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever, man. It is what it is. But yeah. That's it for me. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Haunting Adeline. Love you guys all, and peace.